Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here with Hurricane Creek Farms. I want to do a quick video for you today. One I've been planning on for a while, kind of a day in the life of a part-time farmer or rancher, kind of how we make this work, between having a regular job and getting everything taken care of on the farm. Kind of a quote-unquote typical day. We all know there are no typical days in farming, certainly with livestock, but what we do here in early February, we're starting a cab, kind of how we go through everything. But appreciate y'all giving the video a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe. We thank you for that. Well, let's get some things done. It's about 4:40. Alarm clock goes off at 4:30. Some days between 4:30 and 5. Went ahead and got up at 4:30 this morning. Gonna grab a quick cup of coffee, a few minutes of reading a good book, get the day started right, and we're headed down to the barn. Sadie's more excited about heading to the barn. All right, so I'm bundled up. Got my big light, got my headlight. Sadie's ready to go. I know my office is a mess, y'all don't judge me, but it's cool out this morning. I think about 26 degrees according to the phone. Let's go get some stuff done. My first task is going to be getting the truck plugged up because I forgot to plug it in last night, but the other extension cord is frozen to the ground, so I gotta get an extension cord from another barn. So always something. Can't forget to do that though, or this thing will not crank for us. So horses are not up here yet. They may not comp at all, you never know with them. Most days, they're pretty well trained. They'll be up here and we'll give them some, put them in their stalls for a minute, give them some feed, and then turn them back out with some hay. But we'll see. If they come up, great. If they don't, that's fine too. We'll make sure we see them later on. Next stop, here at kind of this old barn or tractor shed, whatever you want to call it. Lots of junk in here, but where the cats get fed. This cow, big bully right there, picking on the two younger ones. Feed them a little there and there, and then we're off. So now we're down here with feeder steers, or at least one of them's right there. I can get out of the light. You see the bunk's pretty much empty. You can get their feed put out. Their water actually looks good. Right over there, I don't know. Yeah, y'all be able to see that. Yeah, get them fed. Apologize. The lighting in this video is probably not gonna be that great, but that's the nature of doing things as a part-timer, well before daylight every morning. But we'll get them fixed up and get over here and get some corn. All right, so feed is out. They are, let me grab the big light. You can at least see them. There they are over there. A couple of them. Then several more over there. Then I actually go over to the other side of the barn as well. They're all doing well this morning. And we open the door on the chicken cage. They are in there, still on the roost, of course. We do this, we like to shut them up at night, too many varmints. A little less varmint risk during the day. So let's open it up where they can come out when the sun comes up. Grab this extension cord that was down here in this old barn. Get that truck plugged in. Looks like there's honey, so horses are gonna cooperate and come on up and get something to eat. It's got that other extension cord. Truck is now plugged up. And we've got about an hour and a half before we need to start it, so we should be in good shape. As you can see, the horses did all decide to come up, so we'll get a little feed dumped in their stalls for them, let them in here and they can eat. Normally, or I guess on a perfect morning, they would have come up here first thing That way they'd have been done eating by the time I got done doing everything else and I turned it back out. But today, since they didn't totally cooperate, we'll just leave them up and we'll let them out here in about an hour or so whenever we come back down here. But I guess that's why you're watching. Just wait and see. We threw the donkeys some hay back there behind the barn. They're a little spooky. They don't get barn privileges, but they do get a little hay. So we're doing pretty good on hay. We don't feed the horses much square hay, or much hay, period. When we are feeding them hay, it is square hay. Once, you know, grass really starts growing, so we should be in pretty good shape on hay this year, but let's go get the cows fed. Okay, and so this is where having a really good light is imperative. Checking the cows. Get them all up here to eat. Hey, Mama. Let's see, we got the bulk of them right here. We'll get some feed out for them, see if we can get a good head count. This bin's really empty. Fortunately, the other bin is slap full, so there we go. So I said that bin was nearly empty, and it is, but got our 6 buckets filled up. Got 6 feed bunks. We'll put a bucket in each one, and then we'll count and see who all came up. Inevitably, they don't all come up. There's always 2 or 3 or 4, but it's nice to know which ones didn't, especially when we're right here calving. You know, so I might have tried to have calf overnight. Let's move on. Okay, so you can see we got a bunch of ladies up here eating, all up and along through here. So we will try to get a head count on all of them. I do already see there's 2 laying down over there. You may not be able to see them. We're on the next hillside, just on a roll of hay. Well, look, there may be a few others out there. Didn't come up, but we'll see who we got. Okay, I'll get over here in the light where you can see me. They're actually all accounted for. With those 2 that are laying down just on another ridge over there, on a little hay on the ground. The other 42 are right there at the bunk. So, hey, a lot of times I don't actually get them all 100% accounted for first thing, just because it's dark. And I apologize for lighting, but this is authentic. I don't have a light crew follow me around every morning when I'm feeding or filming or anything in between. But, you know, there's donkeys eating, ponies, pretty content. We are going to get back to the house, get showered, dressed, breakfast, cooked, that kind of thing, and then be right back out here. Okay, got showered and dressed. We got breakfast, got some potatoes, sausage. We'll get a little bacon in there in a minute. Get some eggs scrambled. We'll have breakfast here before long. A lot of people ask me, and I'm sure you may be thinking, oh yeah, and Willis has him an apple there. Do I cook like this every morning? I would say not every morning, but most mornings.
And I'm sitting in Daddy's seat today.
And he's sitting in my seat this morning. But few things in life I enjoy more than eating, and so therefore I also enjoy cooking. Okay, so fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, biscuits. That's how we get fueled up, isn't it? That's how we make it through the day. And coffee, lots of coffee. You about ready for school? All right. Eat your breakfast, then we'll be ready. And Mom decided to join us as well.
And I took her sausage.
Yeah, Willis took her sausage, so Mommy is relegated to just eggs for her protein this morning. All right, so headed back down to the barn. Wife and kids are off, headed to school and work. We're gonna see if this truck will start. Fingers crossed. And get the other stuff done. I'll obviously point out too, this because it's our first chance to look over everybody in the daylight. Today is kind of the unofficial first real day of our calving season. We have been having calves for several weeks if you've been watching the channel, but that's because we had bought some more cows that were bred a little earlier, and then the neighbor's bull had gotten in. But today is officially the first day that our cows bred by our bull. It should be calving, but don't see anybody. It looks like they're actively trying to do anything like that. But yeah, get a good chance to kind of scan over, look over everything. Snow and ice having a tough time really getting out of here in these shadier places. It's been in the 40s the last 2 or 3 days. All right, fingers crossed this baby will crank. Things never go as planned. So she finally fired off, as you can hear there. I don't know what the issue was, but we're gonna let her warm up for a few minutes. I'm gonna turn these horses out, throw them a little hay, and we'll be moving on. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, well, maybe the extension cord wasn't plugged up, and now I can see it's plugged up, so I don't know. I don't know why it didn't want to fire off. Okay, so grabbed a few buckets of feed, bag of mineral. The main thing, the reason we really needed the truck this morning, we get those 2 rolls of hay on here because they were pretty much out of hay yesterday. I know they're gonna need hay this morning. What you think, Sadie? Watch out, Sadie, right behind you. Okay, so we're loaded up and ready to head up the road and get those wean calves fed. Got 1 calf there in the creek feeder. That is our newest calf, laid down right there in the corner in a pretty decent spot. My wife left the garage door up, so I guess I will run up here and close it. All right, and as usual, these critters are right here waiting on me, which partially for the reason we're driving this truck. They're pretty much out of hay over there, but an absolutely gorgeous day ahead of us. But I'm running a little behind, so it'll be a little less talk and a lot more action here for these next few minutes. What the heck, man? This ain't no bed and breakfast. They love to do that. Get in there, get a bite, get a warm spot to lay down. Can't blame him too much. Got the 4 buckets of feed put out. They all look happy and content. Also threw them a bucket or a bag of mineral out. They noticed they were getting low the other day. Water trough is in good shape. Rolls of hay over there. Beautiful sunrise, and we are headed to town now. All right, so pulling in here to work. Gonna take care of some dogs and kitty cats for the next few hours, and hopefully find a few minutes at lunch to get a few more chores done. Just made it home on lunch break, and again, as we get out here out of the barn, get the truck parked back in there. Can't overemphasize how awesome of a day it is. I don't even know what the temperature is. Old trucks don't have thermometers on them, but I think we're supposed to be in like the mid-40s today. Sun is shining, a little bit of a breeze, but we're gonna get in here and grab a quick bite of lunch, just heat up some leftovers, and then put on the mud boots because it is muddy with all that snow and ice, or whatever, more ice than anything, kind of getting out here. We don't typically kind of check on stuff, because we don't always get much of a lunch break. I don't ever know. Hope the wind is not causing too much sound interference here. But we are going to get out there, walk through them, especially with the cabin. Be sure we don't see anything, because we probably won't get a chance to see them again in the daylight today. All right, so we got a quick lunch, eating. Took a few minutes to clean the kitchen. Any young married guys out there, anybody about to get married, happy wife, happy life, remember that. And now we're just gonna walk out here, check on everybody. Always on these nice, warm, sunny, pretty days, don't panic when you see calves laying there like that, like they're dead. They're just sunning typically, but there's about a half dozen examples out here where you look and you're like, is that calf asleep or is it dead? And a couple of cows too, but look at this. We got this gal trained. Ready for that? So I don't do this every day at lunch, but currently we're supplementing just this one calf with a bottle, just because her mom is kind of a pathetic milker. First calf heifer that will not be a second calf cow for us. We'll get rid of her, but everybody else looks pretty content. Most everybody laying down, a bunch over there on that next hill. Well, that's the newest mama, her baby, up there in the corner. But make sure nobody else is trying to calve, have any issues, anything like that. Just for these next few minutes before we have to head back to town. You about got that whipped? Walk over here and take a little closer look at this other crew. And yes, dealing with that, tagging me along. Now that she thinks I'm her mother. And I deal with calf slobber all over the back of my pants legs for the rest of the day. But it's amazing how much less muddy these hillsides are that are facing south rather than the ones facing north. Still have that melting ice, but looking at the hay too. Got some older hay there, or from some lower quality rolls and some of these others that they're obviously eating up. They'll be fine definitely until tomorrow, or definitely won't need more hay tomorrow. Thursday, I'm hoping I can hold off till Friday before I have to put out more hay, just because that's my next day off. We occasionally put out hay on our lunch break if we have to, but I'd rather have enough out where wait and do that when I've got all day to do it. A couple of more new calves. The one that is still not tagged with her mom right there, but everybody looks to be in good shape. We need to be headed back towards the office now. We'll be back home this evening. All right, just making it home. See a last little bit of sunlight going over the west horizon there. Got the wild man with me tonight. You say hello? Help me do evening chores, which aren't quite as intense as you'll see as the morning chores, but won't be long before we'll be getting home with a legitimate chance of having some daylight to get these chores done in, but not yet, not tonight. All right. You want a flashlight? Here, you can carry this little one. All right. And we do kind of take an opportunity to scan the pasture with spotlight when we get home. Bunch of them eating right there. But reality is we don't get a lot of checking done this time of day just because of daylight limitations. We can get out here and feed these feeder steers. All right, get a scoop of those pellets right there. Okay. Right out of this one. Get a scoop out of that one. No, let's fill it up just a little bit more. All right, let's scatter it out all up and down that trough. Oh, okay, getting a little wild with it. All right, I'll do this one. All right, that's plenty. That's plenty, buddy. Oh, I bumped my head. All right, did you get them fed?
Yes!
All right, so got these boys fed. Ration may not be exactly that precise on this bunk. Willis helping get the tenderloin out for them, but you can see there's 2, 4, 6, yep, everybody right here. Water trough's in good shape, so they're pretty much set for the night.
I'm making it up.
Hey, what do we do next after we get done with the steers?
Go home.
Well, we gotta go get the eggs from the chickens.
Yeah.
Mom, can you get the eggs?
1.
How many eggs in there?
20.
Just 1?
Yeah.
That means they laid somewhere else today while they were out. All 6 of them are in there? All right, shut the door.
We can find some more.
Shut the door for them. We have to shut the door.
Why?
Well, you gotta move the stick. There you go. Shut the door so a raccoon can get in there with them. Make sure it latches.
What? What?
No, just push the door shut. There we go.
Can
There you go. It's latched.
So no
Okay.
raccoons can get in there. Everybody up here.
That's right. And we got a little hay thrown to the horses / ponies / donkeys, which you can't see out there because I don't have my big light. But with that done, that pretty much wraps up our barn chores for the day. So hard to call it a typical day, just because no 2 days are the same, but kind of a pretty basic day for what we're doing on a weekday when we got to be at our day job, just doing the farming side hustle kind of thing. But of course, again, no 2 days are alike. Tomorrow we won't be having to take any hay up the road to those other calves because we did it today, but we may have 2 or 3 calves born. We are calving, but please leave questions, comments, suggestions below. We love that. We're going to respond to you. We love interacting. We'll probably do another one of these videos here in another, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. We're in the summertime when things are completely different. We don't have any more feeder steers at that time of year, but we'll have a bunch of more calves on that other farm with all our stockers. Of course, we won't be calving all the cow-calf pairs to be out on pasture. It'll be completely different what we're doing that time of year and a whole lot more daylight to work with. But we appreciate you watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna get inside now. It's 6:24, so not too late. Cook some steak fajitas because, as always, we remind you, eat beef and God bless.